In the wee hours of that Good Friday morning, Matthew tells us that Jesus came with his disciples to a place called Gethsemane. And he said to his disciples, "Sit here while I go over there and pray." And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee and began to be grieved and distressed. And then he said to them, "My soul is deeply grieved to the point of death. Remain here and keep watch with me." And he went a little beyond them and fell on his face and prayed, "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will." Dr. Luke adds that his distress was so great that he sweated drops of blood. Now listen, Jesus' agony was not from anticipating the pain of crucifixion, as bad as that would be. I can hardly imagine the horrors of crucifixion. Who would be so depraved and perverted to invent that kind of torture? Rather, Jesus' passion, his agony, came from the dread of bearing the sin of the world and the abandonment of his Father. No one could possibly imagine the terror of being abandoned by God. But that's what happens when you become a sin bearer. In those dark hours in the Garden of Gethsemane, he resolved to take it all. The Lord laid on him the iniquity of us all. In the garden, he committed himself to take all the brokenness of human life. The wasted lives of drug-addicted teens, the loneliness of the unwed mother, the emptiness of the hooker who is only as valuable as the equally empty men who use her and spit her out. He took on himself the lies of the politician who would sell his soul and his country for a seat of power, the celebrity who fights a losing battle to stay young, attractive, and popular, the middle-class businessman who worships the idols of possessions and bank accounts. He bore the sorrows of nations torn by war, genocide, hunger, poverty, and corruption. And he bore the iniquity of the indifference of those who just don't care. He took all our meanness, pettiness, pride, cruelty, and selfishness on himself. All the evil that we could throw at him, he bore it on the cross. And it broke his heart. May sin break our hearts too.